everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Raiders going up against the Redskins.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. This is the rookie from Oklahoma, Samaje Perine. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Hogan. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
If you love old-school running backs, I think you're going to really like Samaje Perine. Strong, built low to the ground, great leverage when he runs the football, and bodies just scatter. He's hard to get on the ground.
Hogan now. Completes it right side to Dodson. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's good to see Josh Dotson back on the field. Only 2 games played as a rookie due to an injury. They need his high-flying ways to spark their offense.
And they expect a lot out of those high-flying ways. 3rd wide receiver taken in last year's draft. Now Perine. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Hogan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lynch. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal, and I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
Carr now on first down. Caught left side to Crabtree. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
On first and 10, Hogan. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. A gain of 6 there on first. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now Hogan. And this one is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Green 39! Green 39! Over!
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. From the gun on 3rd down. Hogan. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, Hogan. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. From the gun, Hogan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Quentin Coples in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Mario Edwards. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. Well, he got an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And he'll be happy he got a second chance so quickly after missing the first one. Now he's got the confidence back up before we even finish the first quarter.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They run again on first down, Lynch. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, sometimes a tough game to figure out. One play he looks so good, and then the next play so bad, going backwards.
Yeah, in a span of 2 plays, you go from hero to GOAT, right, to use one of the cliches. But I think what often happens is you have a big run, and sometimes you try and do too much with your next one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
All right, here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver. They'll run it here with Pirine. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. Over.
On first down, Hogan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mario Edwards in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. To throw on second down. Hogan. He's got his man. This is Doxson. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Fighting through. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple plays, these guys been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on third. On third and long, it's Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Crowder's got it over the middle. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Over!
Looking to throw on second down. Hogan. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Operating from the gun. Hogan, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. How will Marshawn Lynch fare? That's the question in the Bay Area. Been out of the game for a year. What do you think?
I think he'll fare just fine. I don't think that they'll use him as often as he was used in Seattle. But when they turn him loose, I think it'll be to great advantage for Oakland.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing his car on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll return it from the 6. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Hogan. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the 4th-year man from Oklahoma, Tress Way, on to punt. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st down, Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Monte Nicholson, the rookie out of Michigan State. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
That good for 19 at a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain at 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kimball Fuller. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 20 yards. Throwing on first down. Hogan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bruce Irvin not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Hogan. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Hogan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Green, 39. All right, now, look at 56.
To throw on 3rd down. Hogan firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Carr to throw on second down. Flush to his right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On third down, Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
All right, here we go.
They'll run again with Pirine, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Back to throw. Hogan. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, Hogan. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Off play action, Hogan. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Hogan. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. throwing on first down. Hogan over the middle, complete. It's Thompson. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. So he missed his first two, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First down, the run with Lynch. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd and short.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Redskins scoop it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
All right, here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Hogan. That is caught inside the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Green 39! Green 39!
They toss to P-Ride, and that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Hogan. Flushed out right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Hogan, and that is incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. They start the drive with Lynch, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the line of scrimmage. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Being chased out left. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Shotgun now for Carr. Steps away to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, a 22. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Here's Pirine fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, here's Pirine. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. They dump it off to Lynch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. This one from 46 yards out. And the kick is good, so they avoid the shutout. But still